Dude, your hair looks greasy.
Dude, I know.
Do you want my headband or put a beret?
Oh, true that. There we go. Much better.
A beret will always save the day.
What's up, homies? It is your homegirl, Natalie, and welcome to episode 2 of the European summer trip. We are going to Sicily. Oh, let's get it started.
Slow down. Hold on tight now. It's okay to meet me at the front line. I've got cold feet. Winter drives me wild. I can't fly down.
Look at that big ass pizza slice.
She holding. She be like,
And I got some of this.
I got a pocket, no.
Overall, the train ride was really, really nice. It definitely made up for the other time I was on the train. So you see those like little snackies that we got? The first train ride was long. And then the second one, we're like, oh, okay, we're going to continue watching Who Cloned Tyrone on Netflix. That's a funny ass movie. If you never watched it on Netflix, go fucking watch it. This shit is hilarious. So my sister and I was trying to finish this movie. So anyways, we get those snack boxes. We're like, oh yeah, we get that. Thinking like the second train ride was also going to take like a while. And then immediately next stop is blah blah blah. We're like, oh shit, that's our stop, and we're like scrambling to get all of our things. From there we had to wait for a little bit. We took some reels, and this was the start of this one reel I was trying to do, not realizing the whole time I was doing it wrong. I told my sisters what the way we had to do this little like, you know, kind of like falling thing. Bitch, tell me how I did it wrong every time. I'm an idiot. That's okay. The way to make it over to Sicily, we get on this one train. There was still AC at this time. So to get over to Sicily, the train goes on a ship. And then the ship takes you to the other side, and then the train continues. So we're on the train, and we're like, what is happening? Where are we going? The guy that was sitting like in our little row, and he was like, oh yeah, that's just what happens. That's how you cross into like the other side of Italy. Anyways, we're on this freaking train for what seems like forever. I guess like when you're heading into the ship or something, they have to cut off the electricity. So all the AC was cut. Bro, it's hot. It is hot. I felt like SpongeBob. Like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. I needed that fucking AC. It was so hot. Thankfully, I had my little fan, but then even my little fan gave out at some point. I was like, God damn, it was so hot, and we couldn't leave up until that point. So we ended up talking to the people that were in our row. Actually had a great fucking time. The Italian guy that was sitting next to my sister, this other girl sitting next to me that she was also just doing like a trip. I believe your name was Emily. Hey girl. She's like, oh, I'm just taking like a gap year. I'm just enjoying. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. She was also going to Sicily, but specifically Taormina. The other two were this couple, and it was so funny because normally if they're a couple, like they're gonna sit together, but no, instead they sat separately. They were so cute. Even though we were sweating like a freaking balls off, dude, it was nice to experience it with them. Once you're on the ship and you're already on the water, that's when you could actually get out. We never gonna know who cloned Tyrone now. Yo, I don't know if y'all can see, but it's hot. It's hot. Yo, I got this big ass dress on. I got my denim jacket on top of that. Hello. Paula. Ciao. Emily. Hi.
No.
Yeah.
Married
For over 50 years?
Once you come over there.
Oh, thank you. Here, you film. Made by
Mama. For him.
So then from there, to get to our hostel, we had to take a bus. And Google Maps told us that the bus that we had to get off was at like a way earlier bus stop. So we actually walked for like 25 minutes to our hostel, and it was hot too. Anyways, there was a bus stop like literally like right in front of our hostel, and we're like, we just walked all of this for nothing. So the first night we just got there, we went out to dinner and just checked out the area. We definitely wanted to do some kind of like boat tour. We saw that there were some boat tours that the hostel that we were staying at, you know, they call like some dude. But when we got down to like the main part of like the area, there was also a lot of boat tours there. We were thinking like, oh, maybe we should just plan it with like a bigger company boat tour. And I was like, you know what? No, you don't want to do that, because if it's like a big company, then it's gonna have like a lot of people on this boat. If you're gonna do it with like a hostel, it's probably gonna be like just like your local guy, and you're probably not gonna be on a boat with like a bunch of people. Maybe sometimes even have it by yourself. Let's just stick with whatever the hostel gives us.
Good morning, everyone. I am in beautiful Taormina. I had no idea of this city, but my sister is a really big White Lotus fan, so she wanted to make sure to come over here. We're gonna eat some breakfast, which I think is like ice cream, but hey, I'm good with that. So we're gonna spend half of the day here, and then we might be doing a boat tour later in the evening. The weather right now, it's like obviously really, really hot, but because it is still so windy, it's so much better than what it was in Korea anyway, so I'm enjoying this weather. I'm wearing the skirt that was a dress, and I thought making it into a skirt, I wouldn't have as many accidents of like it ripping. Girl, it ripped today, this morning, and I was like, oh. I brought a needle, but I didn't bring any thread. My sister had some yellow thread, and then my other sister just like did a quick stitch. So we're back in business now. Now we're gonna finally eat. Yay!
I love watermelon, but I don't really like watermelon flavored stuff or like watermelon juice. I'd rather just have like the actual fruit. But this in the granita form was yummy. This was yummy, okay? When we were in Sicily, every single morning, granita and a little brioche, the little bread that you would have. I was like, I love this breakfast. This is right up my alley. Carmello was absolutely beautiful. Any little corner that you turned into was like, I need to take a photo, I need to take a video, because it was just gorgeous to see. In Carmello, my oldest sister's main goal was, one, to get some customized like shoes, like sandals. And the other thing was to check out that White Lotus hotel. We were like trying to see if we could like go into it. And they're like, yeah, no, sorry, like you can't like go in there. We're like, oh, okay, well, you know, like thanks anyways. Then we see these two girls, they're trying to go in. They're talking to like the guy that's right in the front, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, so blah 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 blah. I can see them like kind of going like this and like, oh, you know, like dee dee dee, and they want to go in, and then the guy's like, yeah, no, sorry, you can't go in. They're like, oh, okay, and then they leave. But then I was like, you know what, why don't I just ask to see if we could just like enter the courtyard area, the little open space. I was like, is it possible to go in here? He's like, yeah, that's okay. So I was like, all right.
This has to do with something with White Lotus. We were not allowed to go inside, but we're able to take some photos. Yeah, I know, just walking in. I can't afford to be in here, but I can afford to be right here. We have been walking around all day, and I think now we're gonna head home.
Yeah, it's really nice, but it's really hot. We really like the AC.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? And that kid's
And then from there, we called up our little guy to pick us up because we were gonna go on a dolphin tour. taxi driver who took us to Taormina also told us when he dropped us off, if you guys want to go out to dinner, he's like, I'll take you to a really good pizza place that I know. He's like, I'll pick you guys up for free. He's like, don't worry about it. And I'll take you to this really nice pizza spot. And we're like, okay, bet.
So now we're on our way for a dolphin boat tour. We asked if they had life vests and they didn't. And we're like, oh, there's one on the boat then. They're like, they don't have them either. And the thing is, none of us are really greats and we can't float.
There's our last video back.
So thankfully we did go on the boat tour that was with the hostel because we ended up just going with like 3 other people, and so it was just 6 of us on this boat, so it was great. We didn't end up seeing any dolphins on that first ride. Oh my god, they're scary. Your eyes look like it look like
Okay, let go.
Okay, I did it. I did it. And now I'm gonna go back.
Okay, let's go back, y'all.
I am extroverted and outgoing, and I like talking to people very much so, like people person and like la 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 la. If I'm that, my sisters are even more than that than me. The middle child, she does it when she's traveling, but IRL, she really just like staying at home. She's an introvert. Together, we're definitely like, oh, hi. And definitely my oldest sister, Magali, she's very much a people person and super extroverted. So of course we befriended freaking Carmello, our boat tour guide. We call them Caramello. He was just really sweet. If I have his information, I'm gonna put it down below because if you're in Sicily, you have to go on his boat tour, okay? I highly recommend it. And the other friends he had that were also like doing their other boat tours, they were all like his friends, and he was like, oh hey friend, oh hey da da da. Overall the vibe was just very welcoming. It was such a departure from Naples. Not to say that the people were mean, but it wasn't like this kind of like welcoming of like, you know, that whole like Italian vibe that I feel like I normally see in movies or something, where it's inviting and welcoming everyone, you know. I don't think I really felt that much from Naples, but in Sicily I definitely felt that. So that night after our boat tour, Carmelo told us to go to a nearby restaurant because his sister works there. We didn't know at the time, but it's a fancy restaurant, okay? It's a fancy restaurant. And we had literally just come from this boat tour because it was already evening time by the time we got back. We had such a good time that we exchanged information, and he's like, hey, let me know whenever you want to go on a tour. If I don't have like a tour scheduled at that time, like I'll just take you ladies. And I'm like, hell yeah, nice private little boat. Sign me up. Anyways, so we go to this fancy ass restaurant. Dude, the way that they looked at us, you know, any of those like rags to riches moments, you know, when the really poor person comes into like any kind of fancy establishment or a store and everyone's like, how dare they come in here looking like that? That's how it felt, dude. When we went in there, we got seated at a table. We tried to see if Carmelo's sister was there, but she wasn't just like in the general area that we were in. Forget if someone came up to us, yeah, like y'all can't be wearing all of that. I forget exactly. But I remember my sister, Janina, went to go to the bathroom, and then Magali and I were just sitting there. It could have been just the looks or the whispers or everything that just like, you know, you look like that kind of thing. Listen, I'm a paying customer. I literally just came from a boat tour. Like, I'm just trying to have some food and stuff. Listen, you ain't gonna bully us. You ain't gonna scare us off to go somewhere else. Like, we're paying customers. I want to sit down and eat. Granted, like, the thing is, it's like, because my sisters were in their bathing suits, but literally we had just come from a boat tour, and like Carmelo was very much so like, yeah, like, you know, y'all just go over here. Like, he didn't say like, well, get changed and then go back to this place. It was like nothing like that. So we only got to see Carmelo's sister only when we actually left. Told her like, oh, people were looking at us like weird or something, and she was like, like, don't worry about them kind of thing. But anyways, that was just nice to be like, oh hi, we just met your brother, and he was really nice and he told us to come here, so that's what we did. So that was our second night. We even had thought about like, hey, once we get back to the hostel, like, do you want to like go out? Because again, we were like, let's meet some cute boys. So funny. We got back to the hostel and we were like, we're actually tired. Never mind, no experience today. So now we get to our day 3. Because we had already exchanged numbers with Carmelo the night beforehand, we're like, we wanted to go on another tour. He's like, okay, perfect. cameraman.
Hello. Give me my props.
Yellow sweaters in the summer, slushies, cherry flavored snow. Raise your gaze to my love to the end of time.
I did unfortunately get my period that day, and I was just like, God damn it, because my first day on my period is the worst day. Like I get really bad cramps that I can't get up at times, and other times I get really nauseous and everything. I didn't have any pills on me either.
Yeah. I see the fishies.
Actually, all three of my sisters, like, yeah, we're not good swimmers at all. I'm never able to float. And so this time, like, you know, the water was calm. I was like, let me try to like float. So I would, you know, kind of be like floating, and I would go back on the boat, like hold on to it, and then I would go back out. And for the first time in my life, okay, en mi vida, te digo, for like a good hour, 2 hours, I was just in the water, like with no life vest. That, my friends, I was really proud of myself because, again, I'm not someone that knows how to swim, but I was just kind of able to float, maybe not in the best way, but like when I would get tired, I would then just like go on like my back and just chill and be like, okay, I'm just trying to get a tan. And I was just really proud of myself of being able to just be in the water for that long without anything. Also, being in the water really helped my cramps, like because I'm using all of my energy to keep my ass afloat. I couldn't feel like my cramps or anything. Once we got out of the water, that's when I could start feeling it. Was like around lunchtime. Carmello was like, oh, why don't we go out to lunch together? We're like, okay, perfect, let's go out to lunch together. So he took us to a little spot, which was great because it was like locals, you know, like it was so cute because literally all the little guys on the port that we had met that also have their own like boat tours, it's lunchtime, they all ended up going to the same restaurant, and so we just had like lunch with all of these people. And it sucks so much that I was so like sour faced because my cramps were so freaking bad, but they were so sweet and like, oh, can you try to go to like the pharmacy to get her something? So they gave me like some kind of like powdered medication, and they're like, just drink it like with water. And I was like, okay. And then towards the end of the lunch, that's when like it kicked in, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like myself again. But unfortunately, like during the lunch, I was just kind of like, you know, I was like, this fucking hurts. I was just like so dead, and I really just wanted to lay down. We're all surrounded by his friends and everything, and I'm just like, damn bro, we're over here trying to get this like hot European guys. Who are we getting? We getting these older Italian men. That was the only kind of guys we were attracting. But you know, it was still really fun. We were like spending time with some true Italian locals. Okay, day 4, we're not gonna have time at night to go to dinner with the taxi driver. So we're like, why don't we hit him up to see if he's able to go to dinner today? So when we went back to the hostel, we just had time to like just rest up, and then we went over to dinner with the taxi driver. He took us up. Remember, we were like on the mountain. We passed so many like little towns on the way to get to like this tippy top of the mountain, and that's where we had some banging pizza, let me tell you.
Loco one.
Like this.
Girl.
Okay. Mega girl.
Desierto.
Yeah.
Cachina. Give us a buzz. And then,
So now we're up in the mountains.
freezing.
Freezing though, freezing. And yeah, so he had offered to take us to a pizzeria place and
And
said
drink
that
local wine.
it's really nice. Although I wish I had brought a jacket.
Me too.
Thank God I didn't cut this hair. I'm like using it like, let me wrap this around me real
It's
quick.
so cute. Here, let me do a little thing.
Wish I can't explain. I don't wanna lose what I was so bad to find. Love, it's your life. I don't find a day and time for yours.
Hello everybody. Today we are back in Taormina because my sister girl over here got some custom shoes. They had to go fix it. Our other sister Janina always walks away, but the thing is like she doesn't have Wi-Fi, so where's she at?
Bravery of that woman. I wish I had that bravery to walk around the city with no Wi-Fi, no phone service.
I guess she knows, like, my sisters will find me eventually, or I will find them.
We are going to get sandals for our chunky, funky feet. Actually, correction, Magali's chunky, funky feet because we couldn't afford shit.
Yeah, that shit was $100, and I said,
Bye-bye.
Cinderella. As someone in the family can experience what it is to get custom shoes. Gonna head back home. We have a boat tour at 5:45. We have no time to chill. Come on, Army. Come on, Miss Oorah. Wait, no, ain't that the Marines?
Marines, bitch.
Oops. Come on, Miss Mew Mew. Koa.
Come, Miss Hoa.
She said, bye bye. Come on, Miss Girl.
Miss Ma'am, I think I would only have to jump because if not, I don't think I'll do it.
Jump, girl, jump. Jump, girl, jump. Jump on the one. Girl, I'm wasting film.
Okay, hold on. Girl. No pressure. No pressure.
You need pressure. Come on, those women in Siren would have just gone.
What is that?
I'm gonna pee myself.
No drink water. Only.
Go, girl.
Let's go.
Oh, you're not jumping?
Jumping without a life vest?
I told you, bitch.
It isn't far, but in case as I go. No need to be stressed, gotta take it. Hope gets there. I really miss the shade of blue. Just take it slow. I'll wait to find.
We're looking for dolphins. It's our second time out here in them waters, and they haven't showed us. Okay.
It's okay though. They're just chilling. They're
Yeah,
having
they're
fun.
chilling. They're doing their own thing. We might have found some dolphins. Yay! Thank you, Carmello. Yeah.
Now she want to be chill.
Wow, she's like, nah, she's shy. Of course, the moment I'm,
We go up or we go down?
Again, from now I will feel the ocean view. And I pray that it won't be over soon.
Once we got back to the port, packed up all of our stuff, we were ready. So for day 5, we headed over to the airport because we were gonna fly over to Rome. Bitch, let me tell you what happened. So it turns out the airport, I don't know if it was like the week prior or the month prior, a fire had broken out. We ended up getting there maybe like 2 hours before our flight because we saw online that it was saying that it's really busy, especially because one of the terminals was closed. So the other terminals were like super busy. There's a huge fucking line. It was at least outside a good 4 hours or something. I was like, it's hot. We're just like waiting here. Our flight was delayed. Only thing that brought us happiness, but also didn't, was at some point I see this guy and he's handing out popsicles because it's so hot and everyone is just outside. We're not even inside. Like, you couldn't go inside the actual airport. How the hell do you say popsicle in Italian? And I'm just like looking up online and it says ghiacciolo. And so I'm just like, ghiacciolo guy, please. I was like, can I get a ghiacciolo? Because we're all the way in the front and this freaking popsicle ghiacciolo guy is all the way on the end, and I see him like handing out popsicles to people and I'm just like, please, me, please. Comes back and he doesn't have any popsicles left, and I was like, no. And then on the other side, the little like barricade that we were at, some kids were like, oh, like I'm bored or whatever, and so a staff member goes and gives us a fucking ghiacciolo, and I was like, can I get a fucking ghiacciolo? And it turns out the kid doesn't even like it. He eats it and he was like, I don't like it. Bro, he didn't even like the ghiacciolo. I was like, that's so messed up, man. I'm over here, I'm like, please, I wish I had a popsicle. Our flight finally gets called.
Okay, go.
Now, for the check-in baggage, not now. So we have to wait. Thank you.
Devised the whole plan on how to get in. Turns out we're gonna be the last one. Why the fuck they got a paparazzi there?
We go through the screening and everything. When we're there, we still have to wait in line and stuff. There's no like seats or anything. What do I see these passengers eating? Ghiaccios, man. And I'm like, where the hell can I get a ghiacciolo at? And so I see the guy with a box and I'm just like, like trying to get to him. Is there any more ghiaccios? He's like, no, there's no more. We only gave them to the kids. And I'm like, I see adults eating ghiaccios. They ain't kids. Can I go get a ghiacciolo? He was like, yeah, nah, we all ran out. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he did.
Disrespect.
Why again we have to have the situation with the airplane? But we finally got on that plane and we made our way over to Rome. And that's where I'm gonna leave y'all. We were actually in Rome for only 2 days, so I don't know if that should be its own video, but I'll figure it out. Maybe it'll just be like a quick little like pew pew. But yeah, homies, thanks for listening to our little story today. Little Sicily story. Again, if you are traveling to Sicily, highly recommend giving a call to our man Carmello. I really hope that my sisters have his information or his WhatsApp that I could put in the description box. I'm hoping and praying. But if you see this man in Sicily,
enjoy life. For you too.
Cheers.
schedule a little tour with him. I don't know if he remembers us. He definitely made our trip that much more special. I think we really got a very much so like local experience. Also, he was the one who told us, he's like, oh, you have to try out this, not raspadilla, this, He's like, I know where the best one is. That, my friend, was the best one that we had. The best one. I was like, and it also even reminded me a little bit of like Italian ice that we have in Jersey. So I was like, oh my God, this was amazing, amazing. But anyways, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I hope this video finds you safe. Hope you are doing well. And that is all. Bye.